time for Mental Health Monday, and licensed therapist Kecia is here, and she has some tips that could help you. Good morning, Kecia. I know they help me.
Good morning. Right, me too.
So today we're going to talk about perfectionism.
Yes.
So what is perfectionism?
So before I start there, let me tell you a little bit.
All right.
Okay, 92% of us are affected by professionalism. This suggests that striving to be perfect is like a widespread trait that we have. Not saying that people are clinically perfectionists, but it's just a trait that we have naturally, that we want to be perfect, right? We want to make everything perfect. We don't want to make a mistake, you know.
That's me.
It's just not accomplishable.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let me give you an example.
All right.
Okay. So if I write my name right here,
Okay.
I want you to do the same thing I just did.
Write your name?
Yep, the same way I wrote it.
I don't think I can. Oh, well, pretty close.
It's pretty close, but it's not
It's
perfect.
not perfect.
It's
No.
not perfect.
No.
So why do we do that to ourselves? Why do we think that we can make something perfect? Clearly we can't.
No.
Because we're human.
That's right.
Right? If we could do things perfect, we would be robots.
We would be.
Right? Robots are created for specific tasks and they do it perfectly. But because we're human, we have emotion, we have external, internal things that sways how we do things. We cannot be perfect.
What is it, though, within us that we want to strive to be perfect? Like, why is that in there? Why is good enough not good enough?
I don't know, but if we would think about it, perfection versus excellence.
Okay.
Okay? It's good to be excellent.
Yes.
Right? But it's not good to try to be perfect. And when I say excellent, I say excellent means that I am producing a high quality of work, right?
Okay.
I'm just trying to produce something that's high quality. You and I were talking, and you were saying, if I get a B, then that's great.
Right. Somebody had said, like, strive for a B minus.
Yep.
Right? Because if you wait, right, which we were talking a little bit off camera, if you wait to be perfect, whatever you're trying to do won't get published, it won't get written, it won't get produced, whatever it is. But if you give yourself that grace to be able to say, strive for a B minus, then at least you'll put something out there.
Right. Efficient.
Yes.
Instead of perfection, we want to be efficient.
I love that.
Excellence help us to become efficient because we produce good enough work.
Okay, so talk more about that.
Because just like you were saying, if I think to myself, if I get a B, Bs are good. That's a good job.
Yes.
So we want to produce to be efficient. If I think, let me at least get this B, then when I get the A, I feel like, wow, I have really overcome something major,
yes.
right? So it's good to be excellent, but it's not good to be perfect because perfection is unattainable. We just seen it right here.
Yes.
So let's talk about the tendencies.
Yes.
Why being perfection is not really good. Some of the tendencies it's just too high of a standard for us, right? And I wrote some things down. Setting excessively high and often unrealistic standards for us and ourselves. Not just for us, though. When we are perfect, we also tend to put that same perfection thought and expectation on other people.
I agree with that.
And that affects a lot of things right there with our relationship dynamics because we're expecting them to strive for perfection and they're not going to be perfect. No matter how much I wanted you to write my name perfectly, you couldn't do it.
No.
So now I have to just say, Kim, I know that you can write this almost close, and that's good for me.
Right.
That's enough.
Yes.
That is enough. So another perfection tendency that we have is the fear of failure, right? So we just fear we fear to fail, which makes it very difficult for us to get perfection.
Yes.
Right? So another one that I wanted to talk about is excessive attention to detail. Are you like that?
Yes. And because I pay attention to detail, then I delay.
Yep. So that affects that, right? It makes you want to avoid.
Yes.
Because you're constantly thinking, I can do this perfect. Even when we were doing this, you was like, wait a minute, I can't do that the way that it's supposed to be perfect. You know, so just think about a project. If you were trying to be perfect with a project and you've
Yes.
seen the expectation that you had to do with that, you're like, forget it before I even started.
Right. That's exactly it, because it's overwhelming.
Overwhelming.
Yes.
So we're not going to be perfect. We're going to try to strive for excellence.
I love that.
Right?
I love everything about that, because I think that's what we do in ourselves, is we put that pressure on us
Yes.
to be perfect, but to do excellent, something that's excellent, that, and what you said, it's more efficient. I love that.
Yep.
All right, I'm going to be excellent this week. If you are wanting to book an appointment with Kecia, you can find her on psychologytoday.com or on Facebook at KB Helping.